Earlier this week, we were talking about getting the pony out of the ditch. We're in week 8 of this year and it's flying by. So, what about the tools that we would want to use to help us get out of a rut, to be able to get a new strategy in place that would change the game for us? I want to present to you what I promised I would earlier in the week is a tool for that you probably have on the shelf behind you. Let me point it out. You can see on my shelf here my 12 binders from the master's program. I pulled out my second binder here, and if you will open up from binder 2 on, go to the back, the very back, snap that open, what you're going to find is one of these guys, a dream planner. The dream planner, I think, has been posed to you as something that only is done in a dream master, but that's just not true. Actually, what these little guys are is a fantastic way to get a new strategy in place that can move you forward. You see, with these dream planners, they're actually meant for you to take, and as you can see here, work across your personal, family, professional, and kingdom spaces. So if you say to yourself, okay, today, what's my current reality? And as I think about that, I'm saying to myself, okay, this is the issue that I'm trying to face and the way that I currently sit in it. In the end, though, I want to be able to have a dream, and that comes in bubble A, in the dream highlights. And then at the bottom here, I want to know between my current reality and that dream or the thing I'm wanting to see actually take place, where we'll be midway through. So now I've got that dream mapped out alongside of each one of those 3 bubbles. I'm going to put dates, today's date, the end goal date, and the halfway spot in between. Don't think for yourself that you've got to have some exact measurement of what half is. What you're just looking for there is to say, okay, roughly when I sense progress is 50% there, that's the date that I'm shooting for. Then what we've got to do is get the obstacles out of the way. Because once the pony is out of the ditch, what we don't want is for something to get back in the road that would put us back in the ditch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at the obstacles. And what you're going to do is just going to list those obstacles out to that dream. And every single one of them that you list alongside of those obstacles on this fold out, you're going to also want to look at the strategies and ways with which you're going to overcome those obstacles. Once you've done that and mapped that out, I encourage you to take the time to flip this guy over and work through each one of the strategies that you built alongside of who's responsible. Is that you? Is that someone that you're counting on in your team, your family, a consultant, some sort of resource that you're counting on, and anyone else that's involved, as well as a deadline that you'll have for when each one of these strategies are going to be done, and working through each of the steps that'll come alongside that. Now, here's the genius of this guy. This is what you're going to do. You're going to take some Scotch tape. You're going to put it up in your bathroom. You're going to put it up in your closet. You're going to put it up in a place with which you're going to get that tripping, that visual cue that's going to help you to think, okay, where am I at along this journey? It's going to inspire you to pray, God, today, as I set out to work on this obstacle, God, would you help me through that? And this strategy that I put in place, Lord, would you bless that? And as you see these things come together, you're going to be able to say, that's done, that obstacle's gone, that one's gone. And you're going to see the reality of that halfway to the dream take place. In the master's program, we're all about action. What we've been working to with you is to say that you were made for more. And to be made for more would be to expect more. It's just as Paul wrote there in 1 Corinthians in the chapter that I showed you earlier in the week, chapter 15, at the last verse of that chapter, he says, your labor is not going to be in vain. And so we're expecting that there is outcome from this labor and service to him. So the things that you're trying to make happen, maybe it was a New Year's resolution, maybe it wasn't right there at the new year, maybe it came along the time that you got a new sales target, a mission that you thought, man, this is going to be the year that I'm going to do this through some sort of inspiration, or maybe there's a best day that needs to be done with your family, with your kids. This tool is not just for marriage work. This tool is for you as a leader to make it happen week over week. So crack open that binder. Start with binder number 2. We don't put them in binder number 1, too early for that. Binder number 2 and onward, you can pull one of these guys out, and there's a bunch of them. So you've got these resources probably blank, like me, before I used it. I've used mine for this year. I'm praying through the thing that I'm working to overcome. I hope you'll find the same advantage this year as you go through a dream planner, pray, and walk and see if God doesn't show up for you. I'm Jeff Gerhardt. I'm excited to be along with you in this. Hey, if you've never been through the Master's Program, we'd invite you to come. We're a group of marketplace leaders who have decided that we can be great in our careers, in our families, and in our kingdom space. And that we won't just be 1 or 2-fers, we'll be 3-fers. And in that, we're seeing amazing things happen. Not that we would go after a kingdom calling that leaves our family or career behind, but all of those things would be completely taking the best of us in service to the King. Hey, down below are opportunities with which you can audit a briefing for a master's program for men or women, if you'd like, as well as do our audit, our self-audit, our personal audit that's on our homepage of Priority Living. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and if you have any questions, respond to this. I'd love to interact with you because this is about community. This is about walking together to see to it that the rest of our days are the best of our days. Keep on it. God bless you.